Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing very well today. So today's video, I just want to do something really nice and just chill and relaxing. I really want to talk about my goals for 2025, like makeup wise, but also talk about some trends that are from years past that I really hope we move on from in 2025. So I do want to talk about that a little bit, but also just do a chit chat, get ready with me, but we will have some things to talk about. So I'm shopping my stash. I only have one thing that's new that I will be using in today's video. Everything else I have completely shopped my stash for. So if that sounds good to you, let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so off camera, I did go ahead and put on my Milk Makeup Hydro Grip and Glow Primer. I like this one to set into the skin a little bit before going in with foundation. So I did decide to go ahead and put this on off camera. And then as a primer spray, I use the e.l.f. Power Grip Dewy Setting Spray. And I use this just kind of as a primer. So now we can probably go in with foundation. I'm going to be using this one from NARS. This is the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. I do have the shade Gobi. I often forget about this foundation and it's often neglected in my collection because I actually store it in this organizer here because this actually has leaked before in my collection. And so I have to store it somewhere separate. And because of that, I just really do forget about it. So I thought what better time than to use it in a Shop My Stash Get Ready With Me. But before we begin, I do want to just kind of talk about some things that I've been thinking about as far as like my makeup goals and all of that. So let's talk about that. Okay, so I have a mixture of things I want to talk about. I thought I could talk about 2024 makeup trends that we're leaving behind. I have every hope that 2025, we're going to just kind of go into a different makeup era. I'm really hoping that we can do that. So I want to talk a little bit about that. I also want to talk about my personal makeup goals for 2025 and then kind of going from there. So let's go ahead and go in with the foundation first. I'm just going to do just a couple of pumps and I'm using my e.l.f. Total Face Sponge to put this on. So firstly, as far as makeup trends go, I am really over the clean girl makeup trend. I really hope that in 2025, we can kind of go back to a little bit more fuller coverage, or even if it's medium coverage, and just going back to a little bit of like a soft glam or like a full glam look. I feel like clean girl makeup has definitely been the trend for some time now that I really hope that we're getting close to a shift. And I know that trends are very much cyclical. So it's only a matter of time that full glam makeup and the clean girl makeup trends are, you know, one's gonna come back, the other one's gonna go away for a little while. So I'm just kind of ready for that to happen already. And I'm really hoping that 2025 will be the year for that. So we'll see. I definitely can appreciate the clean girl trend and can understand the importance of like why, you know, someone would want to do makeup like that, especially if you are someone who is really busy. Maybe you don't have a lot of time to do your makeup every single day, full glam wise, like I get it. However, I am just someone who loves to, like, I will wear a full beat anywhere. Like soft, clean girl makeup has just never really been for me. And I am just really looking forward to things kind of reverting back a little bit to the way that they were. So we'll see. I do clean girl makeup when I work from home sometimes, or on the weekends whenever I don't want to put on a lot of makeup because I know that, you know, we're just going out to run errands or whatever. So sometimes I will do more clean girl makeup, but I feel like day to day, I much more appreciate like a full makeup look. And I think the reason that I really miss full glam makeup is I miss people doing intricate eyeshadow looks. Like, I'm not saying you need an eyeshadow look that's like 5 steps or like you need 7 makeup brushes to do the eyeshadow look, but I feel like one and done eyeshadow has just become more and more popular, and that's definitely like that's definitely not where my interests lie. I feel like I'm much more interested in like eyeshadow palette content and just like sharing the looks that you created using a certain palette. Oh, very ghostly at the moment, I realize, but we will get some color back into the skin, or back into my face. But I did go in with the NYX, what is this? Bare With Me Concealer Serum. I do wear the shade Light in this one, and I am so close to finishing this up. You can take a look here, and I have some momentum to keep going with that. But anyways, also I want to apologize. I feel like I am a little bit all over the place in this video because I haven't filmed in a few days, and I took a bit of a break for like after 12 days of Vlogmas. So when I filmed the like reflecting back on my makeup purchases from Sephora, that video is the first video I had filmed in a pretty long time. So I apologize if I'm a little bit all over the place, but clean girl makeup, I really hope we leave in 2024. So we'll see. I feel like I'm ready for the trends to kind of revert back. Another makeup trend and just kind of like, I don't know, things I wish we will leave in 2024. Definitely the kind of like, I don't know, like the overconsumption of cream and liquid products. And hear me out, I realize I am definitely a hypocrite for saying that, but I just feel like I'm a little bit over the extensive amount of cream and liquid products being released. I feel like I've gotten a little bit overwhelmed by the amount of cream and liquid products that have come out over the last 2 years. And I feel like, and I even said this in my like makeup 2025 makeup predictions video, that I feel like more powder products are going to become popular. Like more powder products are going to be released, and it's going to be, I don't know if it's going to be like there's going to be no cream and liquid products released in 2025, but I feel like maybe there's going to be significantly less than what we're used to seeing. So I'm really excited for that. I really hope that powder products kind of get a resurgence, and that, I don't know, like that we just kind of like use the powder or use the cream and liquid products that we've purchased, and that we just don't see like an influx of cream and liquids coming out. Like, at least that's what I want. I just kind of feel like we have so many cream and liquid blush formulas and cream bronzer formulas out there that it's just like, I don't know. I feel like I definitely am ready for a little bit of a break. Like, I feel like I want brands to come out with something else. Like maybe come out with more powders, like more loose powders, more pressed powders, things like that. And not just coming out with like color cosmetics. Maybe more primers to come out, or maybe, I don't know, like just something different, maybe like more brow products or something. I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of talking out of my butt here, and I apologize because like I said, I'm a little bit rusty with filming, but those are some things. Also, it's so funny because I feel like Anna talked about this in her video. She talked about blush blindness and how she's like, I really hope that we leave that in 2024. I definitely have blush blindness, and I don't think that I want it to leave because I just love blush so much. Like, I understand I'm part of that problem. I feel like for me though, it's more, I really want the blush on the nose trend to kind of go away. I just have never really liked that trend, if I'm being completely honest. And so I feel like I'm definitely ready to leave that behind. I feel like I already have pretty red skin, or like I have redness in my skin, that putting blush on my nose is just not something that I love, because I just don't think it looks the best on me because of the fact that I already try so hard to cover up my redness, if that makes sense. So I just feel like literally putting blush on my nose is kind of like doing the opposite of what I just covered up, if that makes sense. Okay, so I did go in with my Makeup Revolution cream bronzer. I went a little bit like ham with it, but I think it blended out okay. I always forget how beautiful that cream bronzer is. Like, it is absolutely stunning. I'm going back in with my sponge. I am literally freezing right now. It is so cold. It's so cold here. We are supposed to maybe get snow on Tuesday. I know. I live in San Antonio, so that's kind of crazy. We were actually supposed to like start the spring semester on Tuesday because we have a holiday on Monday for MLK Day, and we actually are not going back Tuesday. We are going back Wednesday now, like the students. And so I am a little bit happy about that, but I'm also like really curious, like, is it actually going to snow? I don't know. We shall see. Okay, so I have been doing a little bit of a blush chopping block lately, and these two blushes are part of my blush chopping block. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, I did an everyday makeup drawer, like my last everyday makeup drawer. I kind of talked about that and how I'm going to be focusing on some like specific blushes, and like kind of gathering my thoughts on them and like seeing, do I want to keep them around? But I want to use one of these. I think I'm going to go in with the Glossier Cloud Paint in the shade Dusk. I think I want to use this one. So other trends, I feel like, of course, like I kind of talked about this with like one and done shadows. Like I feel like I'm kind of like, I want to go back to wearing like eyeshadow, like where everyone wears eyeshadow and like actually comes up with like eyeshadow looks rather than just doing one and done eyeshadow looks. So that's something. Of course, the whole like laminated brow look, like I kind of wish that like that trend would end. I feel like Anna touched on that in her video as well. So that's something, but that's not one that like bothers me too much. I just feel like it's a little bit overdone, I guess. Like it can kind of become too much in my opinion, like where it doesn't look natural, but like there's nothing natural about makeup, let's be real. So yeah, those are some trends that I mentioned that I would kind of like to leave behind. That's all that I could come up with, because I overall feel like I'm okay with like where makeup is headed, which is good. Of course, there are certain things that, you know, I don't like, which I just talked about, the clean girl makeup and all of that. But I feel like for the most part, I can get behind some of these trends. I really like this blush from Glossier. So I think I'm gonna keep this. So this was in my chopping block. You really don't need a lot. Like I put a lot on the back of my hand and I did not need that much. I was expecting it to sheer out quite a bit, but it actually applied really nicely. So I'm going to keep this Glossier Cloud Paint in the shade Dusk. And that's kind of what I've been doing. It's just like putting on the blush and then analyzing like, okay, do I like this? How did it apply? Is it pigmented enough? Things like that. And then I just kind of like make a decision based on how I felt that product performed. So I'm also trying to finish this powder from CoverGirl. So this is the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Pressed Powder, and I have the shade Fair. I have been using this pretty much every day, like exclusively, because I really want to finish this. And I actually really like this powder. I actually think that it's a really good one. It does have some coverage to it, so it can definitely kind of, like if you have a sheer cream blush on or liquid blush, it can definitely kind of cover that up. So if you're someone who doesn't like that, then this, you know, you might want to get this in like translucent or something, this color. Like I don't know if they do that, but because I do feel like it kind of takes away a little bit of that pigment from your cream and liquid products, but not too much, but I definitely noticed that. But anyways, so those are the different trends. Now let's get into kind of like my goals, if you will. So I wrote some things down because I was just trying to really think about, okay, like where am I at one thing for sure, and I didn't share this because I get nervous like sharing things and then I don't do them and then I feel kind of awful that I mentioned it, you know what I mean, to y'all. But I actually am on a makeup no buy for 2025, for January 2025, just January, for this month, because I feel like I purchased so many great things in October and November and December that I really just want to use that stuff. And then like I'm doing this like chopping block right now where I feel like not bringing in new makeup has really helped me just kind of focus on those things. So I am doing a makeup no buy. The only exception is eyeshadow palettes because I have really, really gotten into indie eyeshadow palettes last year. And that's been really, really fun for me that I don't want to take that away from myself. And it's not like there's so many eyeshadow palettes coming out every single like day or whatever, right? So I really am not buying that many eyeshadow palettes, but that is the exception for the no buy. And so just want to let you know that I have not purchased any new makeup. I definitely have some things on my wish list, like, and like for instance, like I have my Ulta cart, and so I have things like I am aware of the stuff that's released, that's new, especially from the drugstore. The drugstore, they are very like the new year is like very much like drugstore releases. Like that is like what the new year is known for. Like a lot of drugstore makeup comes out. I'm going to go in with a powder bronzer now, and I'm going to use my Gucci bronzer. This is the Eclat Soleil bronzing powder in the shade 01. So I definitely am interested in some of the new products from the drugstore, but I definitely feel like not purchasing makeup this month has really helped me really consider and like think about, okay, what do I actually want to purchase? Like what is actually like calling my name, what's actually seeking my interest? Because I feel like whenever you're not in a no buy, you're kind of just like buying things, you know, because you are interested in them. But then like, if you really think about it, there are certain times where I actually don't buy it right away. And then like days later, I'm not even interested in that product anymore, or products, like plural. So I feel like this no buy has really helped me with that. As I'm filming this, today is the 19th. So the month is not over yet, but so far I'm not struggling too badly, which is nice. And I think because like it's the new year and like I'm motivated on like some personal goals as well, that I feel like I can keep up this momentum for until the end of January. And then in February, I might purchase some new things, but I'm going to be very mindful about what I pick up and very selective for sure. For blush, I do want to go in with this Physicians Formula blush. This one is in the shade Mauve Mattes. This was actually in my chopping block and in my blush chopping block, and I used it and loved it. So I am so happy to have rediscovered some blushes in my collection that I totally want to keep around. So yes, I am on a makeup no buy for January. I might do like an every other month type of thing. So like maybe in February I'll buy stuff, maybe in March I won't, but I'm not like completely sold on that. I think something that is going to happen maybe naturally is that I go on like a makeup budget, because I am budgeting pretty heavily in my personal life because we're trying to pay off some debt this year. And so I do feel like because of that, naturally, I'm going to be very like mindful of my makeup purchases, and also almost as if I'm on a makeup budget, if that makes sense. So that is going to happen probably organically, if I'm being quite honest, because there's a lot of stuff kind of like drawing my attention for my money. Like there's so many different things that want my money, like new eyeshadow palettes, new makeup, going to the movies, going shopping, getting coffee, getting food, you know what I mean? Like there's just so many things that want my makeup, or want my money, not makeup, that I have to be more selective, right, on what I actually spend my money on. So I think naturally that's going to happen. I do also want to finish up some things. Let me get a sip of water. I do want to show you, look at this super cute cup I got from Target. No, from Walmart, sorry. I went to Walmart to get some of this Valentine's Day decor. So I got this like garland, and then I also got this here. This I got from Target. It's actually housing some of my beauty sponges. But anyways, they had this and it's so cute. I could not leave Walmart without this. And this was only $5. Only $5. Like, I can't believe it's 2025 and inflation is crazy and we can still get some stuff for $5. Like, that's really nice to know. Meanwhile, this garland was almost $8 and I felt like it should be charged. They should be charging like $1.25 for that, but here we are. Okay, so for the sake of time, because I've been yapping like crazy, I am going to do my brows off camera and we will be back and I will continue on my makeup goals. Okay, so I am back and I did go ahead and fill in my brows. I did use the ABH Brow Wiz in the shade medium brown. And then for primer, for eyeshadow primer, I did go in with my MAC Paint Pot in the shade Painterly. I completely forgot to put on highlight and I definitely do want to put on some highlight. So this is in my current everyday makeup drawer. This is the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Divine Glow Highlighter in the shade Lunar Allure. And so I do want to put a little bit of this on. This highlighter is so stunning and I haven't used it in a little while. So definitely excited to use this one today. And then I do want to go in with some setting spray right now, like before I go in with eyeshadow. And I'm still in the testing process of this one. I don't know why it's taking me so long to test this one out, but this is the NYX The Face Glue Setting Spray. So let's set all over the skin with this one. All right, so let's see how my makeup wears today. I'm just gonna be here at home, probably playing video games, reading, watching a movie, whatever. It's like I said, we're kind of staying home today because it's pretty cold. We might go thrifting tomorrow. MLK, there's usually some sales at the thrift stores, so we might do that. We'll see. But I definitely want to play around with one of the new palettes in my collection. This is from Cosmic Brushes, and this is the Winter Wonderland palette. I actually did an Instagram reel. So shameless plug, please follow me on Instagram. I'm trying to post more on Instagram, post more reels, post more like IG stories, and like actually do like makeup of the days type of things where you can actually see like what I'm wearing for the day. So definitely check that out. I always have it linked in my description box, but I do want to use this palette today because it's literally cold outside. It's literally a winter wonderland, and I want to play around with blues today because I feel like it's very fitting, winter wonderland. So makeup I want to finish. I actually have finished some products already for the year. So I have finished the Rare Beauty Illuminating Primer, and I also finished the Morphe Filter Effect Soft Radiance Concealer because that one was getting older in my collection and I was like, why are we not making progress on this? So I removed the stopper and I actually didn't have that much left in there. So I finished those two products up already. And then I am also hopefully almost finished with this NYX concealer. And then I'm also going to be finished pretty soon with this e.l.f. setting spray. Of course, the CoverGirl powder that I was just talking about. So I have so many things that I'm close to finishing, and I really just want to push myself to finish some of those products. So other things that I want to finish. I do want to finish up. I have the concealer from Morphe 2, and I do want to finish up that concealer as well because, again, kind of like the other Morphe concealer, I swear that there can't be that much left in there. So I really want to try to finish that one up. I also want to finish up, I have a very mini primer from Benefit, and I want to try to finish that one up as well. And then this is kind of a stretch, but really quickly, I'm going to go in with the shade, Let's go in with the shade Icicle, the shade right here. This is kind of a stretch, but I would love to finish up the NYX Plump Right Back Serum. That is kind of like a gripping primer from NYX. I really, really enjoy it. So I feel like it would be kind of nice to finish that up, but we'll see. That's kind of a stretch because it took me forever to finish up the Rare Beauty primer. And I feel like I had even less in that one than I do the NYX. But because the NYX one is so nice and hydrating, there's a possibility that I'll just want to reach for that just naturally. So maybe I could actually finish that. We'll see. By any means am I, or by no means am I a project panner. I'm definitely not. And I am just not interested in project panning. But I do want to be mindful of stuff like products that are just kind of like sitting in my collection that I can just kind of like focus a little bit of attention to, and then maybe there's a possibility I could finish them up. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what I'm trying to do. Also, like the Rare Beauty primer, for instance, that I just finished was getting older in my collection. So I was like, might as well just focus on this. And I finished it pretty quickly. Well, okay, that's a lie. It kind of took me some time, but once I was basically wearing it every single day, every time I did my makeup, it kind of went by really fast. So I feel like if I do that with certain things, I should be able to kind of knock out some of those products. So the NYX Plump Right Back Serum Primer. I also would like to finish up the Benefit Professional. It's the Hydrating Professional because I feel like that's getting a little bit older in my collection and I would like to finish it. So we'll see. I am being very ambitious. I realize this. Trust me, I'm like, as I'm even reading these right now out loud, I'm like, wow, like that's kind of a lot, but I'm just throwing stuff out there. You know what I mean? Like, who's to say that I can't finish some of these things? And who's to say that, I can't be ambitious? You know what I mean? So we'll see, right? We'll see. I also want to finish up the ABH Brow Wiz, the pencil that I literally used today. I do want to try to finish that one up. I'm trying to think of where I want to go next with this eye look. I feel like the blue is like really counteracting with my under eyes. It's not looking great. I kind of want to go in a little bit with the shade Blanket, which is kind of like a lilac color. Also kind of a stretch. I don't know if I actually see this happening, especially because I'm not someone who likes to neglect my other products because of like I'm trying to finish something up, but the Rare Beauty Cream Bronzer Stick is really old in my collection. Like I literally have had that since, like the exact one in my collection is literally from the very first time that she launched the bronzers. So it's very old in my collection. So part of me would kind of like to finish that up, but I don't know. I feel like that takes a long time to do. And I don't know if I'm ready to be like that invested. I actually might just see myself like, if I can get to a certain point with that product, then maybe I'll just kind of like declutter it. Or maybe honestly right now I might declutter it because I just feel like it's really old in my collection. I have a pimple right here and I really hope it's not from the Rare Beauty Cream Bronzer. I haven't noticed any breakouts here. There's no breakouts here. It's literally just this one. So I'm wondering if that's from the Rare Beauty Cream Bronzer. So I'm going to keep seeing like, is it the Rare Beauty Cream Bronzer or is it something like, is it just a pimple? Like, to be honest. So I will see. Okay. Then another product that I would like to finish up is the e.l.f. Grip Spray. I already mentioned that. My ABH Magic Touch Concealer. I feel like there's not a lot of product in that concealer like right now. So I feel like I could maybe finish that one. And then I would love to finish up a Laneige lip mask. I've never finished up a Laneige lip mask before, and I would love to be able to do that. Like I would love to be able to say like, hey, like I finished a lip mask because I've never been able to do it before. So I'm kind of stuck because I feel like the other blues are not really what I'm looking for, but I'm gonna try. So I think I want to go in with the shade Peaceful, which is this blue right here. I feel like this isn't really the direction I wanted to go to, but that's okay. I'm just here to test. So we'll see. I've been really into blues lately, and I completely blame It's Just Steph. I love her channel so much, and I feel like I'm always talking about her on my channel now. But she has just quickly become one of my favorite YouTubers because she does so much eyeshadow content, like eyeshadow palette content, that I have just been really, really enjoying her channel. And she did Vlogmas, so I feel like I was watching her so regularly because of that. And now I'm kind of like, I was spoiled that now I miss her, miss her posting. I feel like you guys can definitely relate to that. I feel like I've even gotten comments from y'all like, oh my gosh, like I was so used to you posting almost daily that now I'm like sad. And I'm like, that is literally the sweetest comment you could ever freaking say to me. Like, that is adorable. Like, oh my gosh, like you could miss me. Like, that's so sweet. Because I feel like, I don't know, like I definitely feel it for other YouTubers, but I don't know. Like I don't know if y'all would ever feel that way about me, especially because I feel like I don't really post like a ton. So I feel like y'all are already used to me being kind of, you know, not always super like attentive, like, which is so sad. I should be better, and I'm trying to be better. Okay, so I do actually like the way that blue like took the look. Okay, now, because I don't know, like I don't want to do too deep. Maybe I won't. Maybe I need to listen to myself. But I'm afraid I won't like the look if I don't go deep with it. But you know what? I'm going to try it because I'm not going anywhere. So let's just try it. So I'm going to go in with my NYX glitter glue, and then I'm going to put a shimmer all over the lid because I just feel like if I'm not wanting to deepen up the look, I shouldn't. So I think were those all of the things? Yeah, that was everything I wanted to finish up. And trust me, I realized that was pretty ambitious for a lot of those products, but I do actually see myself finishing up some of those things. So yeah, but as far as makeup goals, okay, so I would like to finish up 2 primers. Now, please do not crucify me if I don't follow this or if I'm terrible. But I would like to finish 2 primers before purchasing another primer. I can actually see myself like being, like I can actually see myself like following through with this one because I did that with concealer last year and I don't think I purchased a single concealer, maybe one. And I was trying to be very, very strict with myself. Like, you cannot buy any more concealer until you finish up more. And I feel like I did really, really well with that rule last year. So who knows? Maybe I will be very successful this year with that. So I would like to kind of go on a very, very like strict primer low buy. Pretty much a no buy almost. Okay, now I'm going to go in with the shade Winter Solstice, which looks so beautiful. So that is one of the goals. Also, I feel like this is going to be really hard, surprisingly, but I really want to not purchase any more one and done shadows. So no shadow sticks, no liquid shadows, no cream shadows, like no single shadows, like just nothing, because I feel like I have so many that I have accumulated over the years that I know myself, and I feel like I just don't use things like that very often. I will say I do use those things for work, but I feel like I go for and reach for the same things even for work, that I don't need that many. Okay, that shade is absolutely stunning on the eyes. I hope you can pick that up. No, I'm leaving it. I'm leaving it. I am gonna go a little bit with the shade Wonderland, which is like the really kind of sparkly silver shade, and put that in my inner corner. So yes, no one and done shadows. Gosh, I always do such a mess. Like, I always create such a mess whenever I put stuff in my inner corner with my pinky. I actually do think I want to put some stuff on my lower lash line because I do feel like I need like something to kind of ground the look. I think I actually want to go in with the shade Clear Skies, which is kind of like a navy blue, and put that just very, very gently on the lower lash line. I feel like I just need something like to kind of ground the look, you know? Okay, so I look really weird right now, I realize, but I'm gonna put on mascara and then we'll be right back. Okay, so this is where we're at with the look. Here is what the look looks like before I put my glasses back on. So I did go ahead and of course go in with mascara. I did use the CoverGirl Lash Blast Cleantopia mascara, and this is in the shade Ultramarine Black. And then because I felt like I was wanting something more in the lower lash line, like the waterline, I did go in with the ColourPop Multi-Chrome eyeliner in the shade Power Trip. And I think that that kind of helped with like grounding the look a little bit. Now I do want to go in with a lip product, of course, and I've actually been really enjoying this lip product from NYX. I think it looks really, really beautiful on, and this is the NYX Lip Ivy Hydrating Gloss Serum. I actually picked this up last month, like right at the tail end of December. And this is in the shade Bubblegum Burst. It might be a little much with the blue eye look, not going to lie, but let me like take a little bit of it off and I think that'll help. So hopefully this is not too like, what is it? Like too much, like with the lips and the eyes. Hopefully I don't look too like real estate agent here, but anyways, I'm very sorry for this chaotic video, but that is kind of where my head is right now. I've had a really weird day. Kind of like, I don't know, like it was just weird. It was a weird day, not having the best day earlier, but now things are looking up because I'm in this really beautiful makeup. So really quickly, the only really new thing that I used was this Cosmic Brushes Winter Wonderland palette. I really, really like this. Of course, you guys know how much I love and enjoy Cosmic Brushes eyeshadow formula, so I knew that I was probably going to like this one as well. I really love the look that I created, and hopefully you too. You do too. Okay, so again, sorry for all of the chaos, but that's kind of where I'm at today. But I hope that you enjoyed me talking about just kind of like my makeup goals for 2025 and talking about trends that I hope we will leave in 2024. Comment below, do you agree with me on some of those trends, or do you think that I'm just being silly, that you love those trends? Let me know. Also, are you on a makeup no buy? Are you on a makeup low buy? Like, let me know all of your thoughts. Let me make sure that I'm not missing anything. So I said, hopefully no primers. I want to finish 2 before going in with any more primers, like purchasing any, so we'll see. But that is a goal I definitely would like to keep, but again, we shall see. I would love to not purchase any more one and done shadows. So no shadow sticks, no liquid shadows, no cream shadows. I really think I can hold to that, but we'll see. I would like to stick to that though, because I have so many ColourPop Super Shock shadows. I have liquid shadows, I have single shadows, I have cream shadows, I have cream shadow sticks. I mean, I seriously have so many things that I can choose from. So I would love to stick to that. And then I did write down no skin tints. I am like not wanting any like skin serums, like nothing that comes in like a dropper. Like I don't want that. Of course, I'm probably always going to have a BB cream, whether that's the Misha BB cream or the BB cream from Mizon that I love so much. So it's not so much that, it's really like liquidy, like light coverage makeup, like foundations I just don't want. And the makeup products that kind of like inspired that was this Wet n Wild. This is the niacinamide skin tint, and I just feel like products like this I don't want to be buying. This is very much like serum vibes. I hate the packaging because I just don't like the dropper situation, and so I just want to just skip out on products like these entirely this year because I'm just a little bit sick of them. So we'll see. That is just kind of where I'm at though. Something like a foundation serum, not interested. A dropper foundation, not interested. Something that's very light coverage, not interested. Like, I don't know. I just feel like I have those products that I need like that already, that I just don't need them. So anyways, so sorry for the long-winded video and outro, but I hope that you enjoyed. I will have everything linked down below that I did wear today on my face. So if you're curious, some of the links may be affiliated, which means I do receive a small commission if you choose to shop through the links. If you do that, I really want to thank you so much for supporting me and my channel. It does mean a lot to me. But if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, I would love for you to subscribe and be a part of my YouTube channel family here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will go ahead and see you in my next video. Bye.